check. K6USY, Delta Mike 06. Check. Nope. Let's see here if I can find the frequency. K6USY. Check. Check. Yeah, it's too high. Check. Check. That's close enough. K6USY, Delta Mike 06.
6USY.
Oh, you saw me moving things, did you? Okay, where are we keying here? That might be better. Good evening, Aaron.
Yeah, good evening, Mike. Yeah, good evening. K6USY 1079 and Bozo 1100.
Okay. If I can find a pen, then I'll be in good shape.
Well, at least that's not too many numbers to write down.
Not too bad yet. Okay. Hopefully we hear Ken in here this evening. Any word on his well-being?
I have not heard anything, but of course I've been really busy at work. I was down in Tulare County today.
Yeah, okay. Well, let's see. I'm pointed over sort of toward the Bay Area. That's a little early. Let me see. Where am I pointed? 270 something. 278. I should be able to get Fred if he's there. KD6SOK. Any copy, Fred? K6MYC. KD6SOK. K6MYC. Anybody in the Bay Area for 222 Bozo Net, K6MYC.
Just us and the chickens.
Somebody in there real weak. Try it again. K6MYC, Bozo Net, 222, Bay Area.
Yes, okay. Good evening, Mike. 86, that's okay.
Oh, there you are. I thought you would be there, Fred. I just didn't move the antenna far enough up. Good evening, sir. How are you?
I'm doing okay. I'm getting ready for the rain to come in, so I mowed the lawns and put some fertilizer out and cleaned up the yard a little bit, anticipating the rain tomorrow night.
Stand by just a second, Fred. Okay, try it again, Fred.
Okay, Mike. Yeah, no, just waiting for the rain to show up. It's supposed to get cloudy tonight, and it was a nice sunny day. And
W6PQL.
Roger.
Easy. So back to you, Mike. 86, okay.
Okay, very good, Fred. KD6SOK and W6PQL signing in. Good evening, and okay on the rain. Now, we're not expecting rain until Wednesday, so you guys keep it up there. We're going to be busy outside on a big antenna project that we're doing tomorrow. So we don't want to have rain at least until late afternoon, over.
Yeah, you probably won't get rain until late tomorrow afternoon. Anyway, good to hear you. 507, and I'll let other folks jump in. So, KD6, that's okay. Thanks, Mike.
Yeah, Roger, Fred. Good to hear you. Always a good... Excuse me, I got a tickle.
K6KLY.
Whiskey India Sugar.
Okay, KLY and Whiskey India Sugar. Good evening, guys. Let's get PQL in here first. Good evening, Jim. Good signals tonight. I'm not even pointing up your way quite. I'm mostly at Fred, but close enough. W6PQL, K6MYC.
Well, you're close enough, Mike. Your signal's pretty strong over here, about 7-8 tonight, and played golf today, and managed an 85, so not bad. Had a pretty fair day. If I could only master putting, I'd do a lot better. K6 NYC W6 PQL.
So you're able to find the cup on a regular basis, huh?
I eventually find it, yeah. I'm hitting the driver okay, fairway woods, the irons, just can't putt worth a darn.
You want to put a putting green in the backyard there. Cover your pool in the winter and make it a putting green.
That'd be a good investment. Okay, we'll carry on, pick up the other fellas.
Okay, will do. Good evening, Russ. K6KLY, K6MYC, over.
All right, Mike, just checking in. Hello to Judy. Nothing new up this way. We'll keep the rain until Thursday morning for you because I know you need a dry day.
We need a dry day Tuesday for sure, because we've got a big log periodic that we've got to take down and change the phasing lines per customer request, and then put it back up and then get it ready for them to show up here next week and do some demos with it. So there you go. Anyway, good to hear you, Ross. Good signal down this way, and I also hear Paul. So Paul's, sure, it sounds like you've kind of recovered from your chemo. Paul, take a transmission, K6 Whiskey India Sugar, K6MYC Bozo Net.
K6NYC in the group, K6WIS. Good evening, Mike, and good evening to the Bay Area. And copy you, Ross, the K6KLY, you're 5x6. Good evening, Fred, you're 5x6. You're 5x6. So good signals from the Bay Area. Yep, I mean, well, actually, I'm in my second week after being dosed with chemo, and I'm on the downside, actually. I'm not going to be feeling very good the rest of this week. I'm not feeling really good right now, but hopefully in my third week I'll be recovering better before my final session at the end of March. And I need to check in the usual Clear Lake crowd of N1 PPP and KA60SX, Kent and Dave. Back to you, Mike. K6WIS, over.
Yeah, very good. And I moved the antenna a little bit more toward you, and you came way up. So good, strong signal. Very good propagation. It was funny because last night the propagation on 2 meters at this same hour was a little thin. It never did get better. It got worse and worse toward the end of the day. I had a hell of a trouble trying to work the guys in Reading. Only had one little peak, but the rest of it was right below the noise. It was a tough one. Anyway, I'm glad you're feeling, well, I'm glad, I guess you're not feeling, you're going down now for the second hump. Myrna never had those issues. She just felt better from the day one, but it might be a wholly different treatment and different chemicals and other kind of stuff, and they may have a different way the chemicals work in the new systems. You know, this was 10, 12 years ago that she was having her chemo heavy dosage around, well, more than that, actually, around 2012. 2013 is when she was really into the heavy chemo. But she felt good, better and better every day after the one day of chemo. She was kind of weak the day of it, but after that it was better. So it might be, like I say, just a different way they've got it. Maybe it works better if they can keep it working longer in your body and keep trying to kill you longer. That's what they used to say. Well, we want to kill you to the point, try to kill you just to the point where we just about kill you, and then we bring you back. Over.
Yeah, okay, Mike. Yeah, I'm not too sure what all the drugs are doing, but I know it's like a sledgehammer approach. They kill any dividing cells, whether they're cancer or normal cells, the theory being that cancer cells divide faster. So, yeah. So it's a 3-week cycle, and the idea is at the end of that 3 weeks, I'm feeling all peppy again and ready for my next dose. Over.
Yeah, well, that's good. That's good. give you a little peek just the last week before you go in for the last hammer. Well, I'm glad that this is going to be your last hammer, your last hit coming up in 2 weeks or so. All right, sir. Thank you for the check-ins from Dave and Kent up there in Clear Lake. I'm sorry we don't hear them directly anymore. They don't seem to stick around for us. Anyway, good signal. Let me just check and see if I can hear Jim. WB6JNN. How about it, Jim? K6MYC. Did anybody in the Bay Area hear Jim?
I don't think he's there tonight, Mike. I'm not hearing him here.
Okay. Well, maybe he'll show up later. He may be subject to the time change. And maybe he's not finished fixing dinner for the wife and stuff yet. Okay. Is there anybody else we're missing? Ed? We haven't heard Ed now for a couple of months. I guess we've lost Ed altogether. He must have just torn the station down, and he's going to move to Mexico or something, I guess. WA6AXX, K6MYC.
KW6S.
Okay, we hear you. Tom, go ahead. Go ahead, Tom, KW6S. Go ahead.
Oh, good evening, Mike. It's Tom, KW6S. 610. Yeah, not much going on. The band is really noisy here tonight on all bands that I've tuned in so far, so I may have a local problem here that's making stuff rough, but I should catch you on 6 meters a little bit later.
Yeah, we surely hope so, and I hope 6 meters is as good as 220 is. Everybody's very strong over here. I moved the antenna a little bit, but I didn't still get quite on you, but still very nice signal. Good to hear you. Hope you had a good day. We had a pretty nice day here. Temperatures broke into the 70s. I think we had 71. So it was nice outside working, although we didn't get outside as much as I wanted to. We started to several times and kept getting interrupted. We used today as a heavy paperwork day, catching up with some mail and sending out a few donations and bills and other things. So it was one of those days, and all of a sudden, we looked around, and it was 4 o'clock in the afternoon. That's what happens when the time changes. It feels like 3 o'clock, by gosh, but it's 4. All right, back to you, Tom, and then we'll wrap it up, and I'll head up to see if we've got N6RO has been fixed, so he should be back on 222 tonight with a couple of 400 or 500 watts there. So that's good. He had a bad feed line or a bad connector in the feed line, and they fixed that a couple of days ago. So we're anxious to hear how Ken is doing up there. KW6S, K6MYC for your final, over.
Yeah, very good. Yeah, not much going on here. It was a beautiful day. Worked outside a bit, and looking forward to maybe another day of that tomorrow before the rain gets in here. And I'm still getting a chuckle over my double balance mixer response there. Anyway, catch you on 6 later. K6MYC, KW6S.
Well, I was picturing two, what do they call those? Egg beaters. Yeah, I guess it's an egg beater. You know, I have a mixer that has 2 of those come down in a bowl, so that was what I was thinking. It was double balanced mixer in the mixing bowl and everything. That's the first thing I envisioned when you said double balanced mixer. I know better, of course, electronically. Okay, good enough. We'll see you a few minutes later in the 6 meter category there. KW6 Sugar, K6MYC, going back into the Bay Area and listening for anybody else in the Bay Area. By golly, I'm just not hearing anybody. Let me try again for Jim. WB6JNN. Jim, are you there? K6MYC. Anybody in the Bay Area? Anybody anywhere? K6MYC.
KM6SR, number 432. I think you hit your VFO there, Mike. That's probably why you didn't get anybody answering there for a minute. Over.
He's on frequency.
I didn't hit the VFO. I can't move it. I've got it locked out, Rob.
Okay, well, Aaron said you're on frequency now, so that's all that counts. KM6SR, back to net.
Yeah, Roger, good evening, and you're sounding good on your bodacious hole loop.
Yep, just one little single hole loop there. I'm keep pointing it, but I'm just not getting any bigger, stronger signals. Over.
Yeah, well, don't wear out the rotator. It isn't worth the effort.
Hey, Rob.
Yeah, go ahead, Aaron. K6USY, KM6SR.
Hang on just a second, Aaron. I think I heard JNN in there. Who was the breaker? K6MYC. Was that you, Jim?
Yeah, I just turned things on. I didn't notice the time. WB6JNN 285.
Yeah, good evening. No problem. We figured that you might have been off just a little bit because of sunlight location and stuff like that. How are you doing? Did you have a good day? And you're getting ready for the rain, I guess, huh?
226. Yeah, I had a good day. I went over to the lake up at Levine Park and watched the various birds, the big birds, little birds, and medium-sized birds, and sat there in the sun and took up sunshine while I can. Of course, we'll have to not get too much sunshine tomorrow, I'm afraid. WB6JNN.
Yeah, I think you're going to be limited starting about 3 o'clock in the afternoon. You're going to start to see some. Well, you'll probably see some rain by that time, but you might lose the sun well before that. Anyway, good signal tonight. I'm not having any problem on any band with you now, Jim, so I'm probably not peaked on you either, but plenty of signal to work with here. I think it was 432 we're having trouble. That's the band that we're really having trouble with. I don't know what's going on there. Maybe you got water in the feed line there or something. Anyway, good evening to you. I hear Ken in here. Maybe Ken's copying you and he can say hello. WA6OIB, glad to have you back, Ken. We were a little bit worried that you might be under the weather, but I guess you're okay. You might say hello to Jim there, JNN, K6MYC.
Yeah, K6MYC, WB6JNN, WA6OIB. Yeah, I can copy Jim fine. He's got about an S5 to an S7 signal here. Good signal tonight, Jim. Yep, well, yeah, I've been not under the weather, but just busy with things. I couldn't get in last night, and it's just things going on. So I was up in the mountains all day today up at my Mount Esham site, east of Visalia, to fix the radio station, so I got that taken care of. So busy. How are you doing over there, Jim? WB6JNN, WA6OIB.
Yeah, WA6OIB, WB6JNN. Well, you're F8, so good signal. I'm running, 80 watts here, peak. But regardless, good signal, no real problem there. Just things are warming up here, so I might be a little drifty. I was watching something on TV and got engrossed on it, or on YouTube actually. And then I said, 7:44, it's time to get a look for the net there. WB6JNN.
Yep, yeah, you made it just in time. Thank you very much, Mike, WA6OIB.
Yeah, Roger, good signal, Jim. I moved a little bit more toward you, and you peaked up even stronger, so really good conditions tonight, Jim. Maybe we'll even hear you on 6 meters if you can remember to get out there. 7-3, and thanks for waking up and paying attention to the clock. Hi. WB6JNN, K6MYC. Is there anybody else in the Bay Area? We're missing a few. Anybody anywhere for 222?
Yeah, I wanted to tell Rob something real quick.
Go ahead.
And anybody here?
Go ahead.
Yeah, Rob, I have the...
I said I'm not hearing anybody over here. WB6JNN.
The net.
Go ahead, Aaron. Jim was coming back, but thank you, Jim. We're going to let the locals chat here for just a second, and then we'll go on up to N6RO. Stand by.
Okay, Aaron, I got it. K6USY, KM6SR.
Okay, thanks, Rob. K6USY.
Alrighty. Anybody else in the Bay Area? K6MYC, Bozo Net, over. Okay, nothing heard. 7-3 Jim, JNN, thanks. We'll see you maybe on 6 in a few minutes. Going up to get N6RO here, N6 Radio Oscar, N6RO with a repaired system, a repaired feed line, I should say, K6MYC. Well, he thought it was repaired.
Maybe they didn't tell him they fixed it.
Well, I'm going to start a little high, and I'm going to work my way back. I'm toward Clear Lake now. Clear Lake or N6RO? Anybody?
N6RO.
Oh, there you are. Go ahead. I'll peek on you, Jim. Ken, go ahead.
K6MYC. N6RO, Charlie Mike 97, and Bozo 831. And temperature around 70 on the top. And dinner is going to be salmon and asparagus. How copy?
Perfect copy. Very good. Salmon and asparagus. I was kidding, Matt. Just today at dinner, we were always saying that you're the consummate ham. You come on and you do it exactly right every time. Your call sign, your grid square. I mean your Bozo number, your grid square sometimes when necessary, and then of course it launched right into what you had for dinner. And I said it's usually something nice like spinach and salmon, and or asparagus and salmon. So we almost nailed it over.
Real close. Yeah. Hey, I forgot to mention last night. Obviously, we got all of the bands, high-frequency bands back, but I connected with John, who used to be KO6DGJ. He's now W6, Whiskey Zulu Zulu, and I invited him to the contest last weekend. So he observed our top operators, and this Saturday he assisted Gary in repairing the 220 feed line and installing the Pico amplifier and a few other chores. So it's been a good weekend so far in 6RO.
Yeah, very good. Well, you told me that the other day, but you didn't tell me that he had also helped with all the other stuff there, the feed line and all that. So good deal, and we'll listen for John. I haven't heard him since he's got his new call, so maybe we'll catch him tonight going backwards from the Reno, Carson City area, going backwards from there on 6 meters. Maybe we'll catch him there. Anyway, good to hear you, and you're sounding chipper. Obviously, you didn't beat yourself to death in the last weekend contest there.
Yeah, only spent 75 minutes in it.
Are you sure you're pointed right? Because you're not real strong. I would expect you would have been stronger here on 222. Over. Tell me again why you're weak. Antenna still down?
No, I'm talking about John. John, remote took his antennas down to put in a new mast and get them all up higher. So he's working on that.
Ah, okay, very good. Did you figure out why you're so weak here? You almost faded out completely on the last one. Over.
Hey, Ken? Yeah, you're not. You're way down and you're rustling. I mean, there's a lot of noise, like something's loose somewhere.
Doing about 150 watts according to the meter.
I wonder where it's going though, because you're only about an S1 to S2 here. Yeah, and something's loose there. Something's waving in the breeze or something. I don't know.
Well, we can talk here between Ken and I for a bit, and you can peek on us. Maybe it's the antenna's off a notch or something. You might have us in the first side null or something. So I'll just go back and forth with Ken OIB here for a second, and you can wiggle the antenna back and forth and see if that's where the problem is or if anything changes, like a bad connection or something. Hopefully it's not. He just got it repaired over this last weekend, Ken, so he's back on here, but it just doesn't sound like it ought to. WA6OIB in the group, K6MYC. Ken, go ahead.
Yeah, I understand. I've been listening. But what I was concerned about was the noise, the rustling and whatnot. Something's amuck there. Didn't sound like a mic cord. It sounded like something. Because every time it did that, it dropped the signal way down. So anyway, you got to speak now, or did you move it any? N6RO, WA6OIB.
Well, I'm trying to find the right, I can see the output from the transverter is quite low, although I'm getting a lot of power out of the amplifier, so I haven't found the right button to fix it yet. I will.
Okay, well that transmission, you were up fine and about an S7, S8, just about normal, and no noise that time.
Oh, well, maybe I did hit the right button. I'm losing competence as the days go by.
So boy, aren't we all? Well, you're back up, almost to normal.
It's just down a bit, but could be just band conditions. The rest of it could be just band conditions, Ken, so it did come back quite a ways over.
Yeah, okay. Well, that's okay. I'm trying to find the mic gain control on this K3.
That may be it, too. Anyway, we'll let you go unless you want us to stay and test another minute. Do you want us to stick around?
Oh, no. I got to get dinner before the 6 meter, so we'll see you later on.
All righty, go get your salmon and asparagus, and we'll continue here. See you in a bit on 6 meters.
Where'd that noise come from?
What is that noise? I hear it too, man. That's brutal.
Yeah, that's only on your end, but and the noise blinker's not taking it out.
You're not hearing it at your place. You're just hearing it from my signal, my antennas, right?
Roger.
I don't hear anything here.
Yeah, okay. Well, it just came up. It's like somebody's running something in my yard here.
Oh, something local then.
Yeah, it's got to be right in my yard here, I think. That may be doing something down below. Getting ready for, maybe he's fired up the diesel doesn't have any spark, so I don't know. We have that big new man lift, and the diesel goes to 45 feet, Ken. So keep that in mind if you desperately need to use something to get you up that high over.
Roger, yeah, I looked at it over at the shop and it was over there. Yeah, it's a beast.
Yeah, that is a beast, and the trailer is even more of a beast. Okay. Well, we'll carry on then, and I don't hear anything from Clear Lake, and the noise has gone away. Okay, Clear Lake. Anybody up there in Clear Lake? Let me put a little further. Clear Lake, K6MYC. Are you guys up there? I'd like to say hello.
Hey, very quickly. Hi, Ken.
Hi, Aaron. Boy, good to hear you.
Yep, everything's working. At least so far. K6USY.
No, you sound great. Still excited about this Friday?
Yeah, I'm already anticipating that I'm going to have to start setting up out in the parking lot even if Rob's not there. I'm going to just start building stuff out in the parking lot, and then when he gets there, I'll take it inside because it's going to take a little bit to get everything set up.
It's going to be a little early, too, to give you a hand. So, and I'll have all my stuff here, too. So, all right. Sounds good.
Is this the club meeting coming up this Friday?
Yes, sir.
KM6SR.
Go ahead, Rob.
Yeah, Yeah, Aaron and Ken. I can be there early. How early do you need?
6 o'clock would be great.
Roger. I'll try to get there before 6.
Well, I'll plan on the same time then. Thank you.
Even if you're hauling two strangers?
Yep, and my 2 strangers will be there also to greet you. Haha.
We'll put Judy to work.
You'll be ready for that.
And Rob, if you're not there, I'm going to start building stuff out in the parking lot. K6US1.
Not a problem. I'll be there. Normally it's not real urgent. Last time, I forget who it was, wanted to be there early, and I was there before anybody got there. So I'll be there, no problem. KM6SRR, back to net.
Thank you, Rob. That'd be great.
Okay, I'm pointed up toward Sacramento or Roseville, as the case may be. KO6KD, K6MYC.
Yeah, K6MYC, there's KO6KD, KO6KD, number 776, checking in, Mike, I'll copy, over.
Yeah, well, it's multipathy, but it's good copy, no problem. KO6KD, 776. Are you caught up, Judy? She's got it, okay. I had the list up to that point. Very good. Good evening. It's good to work here this morning, and let's see, what did I race off to do? Well, we went off and did bills and all kinds of paperwork this morning, so we were busy all day. All of a sudden we looked up and it was 4 o'clock. So we did get outside for a little while, but not for a long period. I kept trying to get outside, and I kept getting interrupted or pulled back in or had to go do something in the house, and the next thing I know, it's another hour went by. That's just the way it goes sometimes. Anyway, I gave you a longer transmission so you could kind of check things and make sure you were hearing normal or whatever. I forgot to, that's one thing I didn't do. This afternoon got kind of busy, and I went out and cranked the big log periodic down, pointed it north and pointed it south, I should say, and cranked it down so it's ready for the boys in the morning. And then Jody and I walked back over to the side by side and got back in the car and drove up to the house and totally forgot about getting the shack in the barn set up for 220. So I blew that one, Bill. I'm sorry.
Well, that's quite all right, Mike. I assume something must have happened. Like I said this morning, if I did not hear from you, then I knew that something had come up, and so that was that. So that's no problem. I am hearing you tonight, though, and except for a little bit of multipath, I'm hearing you quite well. So I don't know what the problem is. Are you hearing me okay?
Yeah, you're ripping in here now, so it's really strong. I think it's just timing a day, a period, hour-wise. If we waited an hour, it would probably be in the tank. Over.
Well, that could be, because I'm basically pointed where I always point the darn thing, and you're back up to an S9, so, I haven't done a thing here other than talk about how things were not working right, so. Okay, well, anyway, so I guess it's working now, and I have not heard from Darren, so I don't know if he's out here listening or anything, but anyway, so I'm not going to ask to check him in. Anyway, I'll let you get that, because I know you want to get moving on over to 6 meters, and I'll be over there after a while as well. So, okay, that's it. We'll see you tomorrow. We'll look for you on Wednesday, then in the morning. Roger?
Yes. We'll be there tomorrow. We'll be there tomorrow morning. I should be there for a little while anyway. I know. I'm glad you fixed your problem. I figured out what your problem was and how you fixed it. You went out, and Mother Nature was leaned over picking up one of the new spring flowers, and you kicked her in the butt. At the same time, you put your 220 shoe on when you did it, and she knew exactly what to do. Over.
Well, I didn't do anything here, so I don't know. It's just one of those weird things. So, okay. Anyway, as long as it's it's working, then we'll leave it alone at that, and I'll get on out of here, and I'll go on over and check in on that other net that is on 220, and I'll see you on 6 meters here in a little bit. So, okay, I understand. We'll see you tomorrow then. So, with that, so that's pretty for now. Good evening, and everybody out here on the Bozo Net, we'll see you on 6 meters in a few minutes.
Okay, now here we go. Now we're getting into the 7:30, 8:30 condition. It took a big fade that time. You're still very Q5, but it's way down over.
Hi, Bill.
Hey, Ken. Good signal, nice and loud.
You came up when you went down for Mike. You came up for me. Anyway, just wanted to say hi, Bill. KO6KD, WA6OIB. Hope you're having a great evening.
Oh, just getting by. I'm getting by, and glad to be getting by and talking on the radio. So, hope you and Gwen are doing well. Nice to hear from you. Take care.
We got it. Okay, very good. Yeah, Gwen's doing good. Gwen's doing good. And the CW is beckoning us from Reno. WA6OIB. Go ahead, Mike.
I don't think so. We don't have anybody up there. Unless it's N7WT.
That's what I was wondering, if it was him.
Well, we can, why don't you spin up that way and give him a call. We won't hear anything from Darren because Darren's transverter is still broken. Is it not? He hasn't fixed his transverter yet, has he, Bill?
No, he ordered some transistors from China, and they're not going to be in for another 2 or 3 weeks.
52, that's Bill. I mean, that's Jim, W6PQL, telling us that he worked number 52, Judy. Number 52, Steve, WI6QIW, down there in Santa Barbara. 52, we got it. Roger, Roger, Jim. Okay, that's what the CW was. I didn't think it would be Larry. He's not been here for last month and a half, and his antennas are screwed up. That's what he told me the last time I talked to him on the phone, on the phone line. He told me his 432s were twisted. The 220 was twisted on the mast or something, or each one pointing in different directions, and so, but I think he's disappointed because he can't fix it himself, or he's waiting for better weather, one or the other. So unless there's anybody else up this way, we're done on 222. There's no reason to go to Nevada because Daniel does not have his 220 antennas up and running at this point in time. So there you go. WA6OIB, KO6KD, K6MYC.
Yep, and Richard's gone till May, so well, I wish Larry'd get back, but I guess just wait for good weather or whatever to do whatever he's got to do. Okay, very good. I'll meet you on 6, WA6. Where are we starting?
I'm starting toward the north, but that's probably pointless, but I'm going to give Larry a shot anyway for 1 minute, and then I'll come back to Sacramento. So we'll be in Sacramento direction in just a couple minutes after we start 6, Bill. KO6KD for your final, K6MYC, Bozo 222.
Yeah, okay. I was wondering, did you hear what I said about Darren's transverter?
Dennis's transverter? I didn't know he had a transverter for 222.
I didn't say Dennis, not Dennis. I said, oh, come on, Darren's transverter. He ordered the transistors out of China, and they're supposed to be, they're going through customs right now, and he should have them within a couple of weeks, and he should be back on the air shortly after that. Over.
Yeah, I heard what you said. Yes, I did. I just didn't respond to it because we were trying to get sorted out with W6PQL there. Okay, got it. Well, that's good. I think Ken has some of those transistors in stock. I'm surprised that, well, if he gets desperate, I guess Ken could send him up one. Ken, that's the Ukrainian transistor with a blown final, over?
Yeah, right. I've got several of them, several finals.
So there you go. Tell Darren that if he gets anxious, he could get Ken to send one up quicker, and then he could replace it, send it back down in an envelope later to replace the one he gets from Ken. Over.
Okay, Walt D. If he has problems getting these from China, they should be here in a couple of weeks, and then he should be on the air after that. But if nothing works out, then we'll have him get a hold of Ken. Okay, 7-3, guys. Thank you, KO6KD.
Good night, Bill.
Okay, well, here we go. Is there anybody else anywhere for 222, K6MYC?
I have 16.
We're counting.
Engineering.
What was that, Rob?
I say I just had 13, so I'll need your list.
Well, I know you're distracted during part of this net, so that's why I keep the list.
Okay, I appreciate it, and it was worth it this time for sure. Over.
Okay, we've got 16 also, so Aaron's list is correct.
Okay, we'll see you guys over on 6 meters. K6USY, Delta Mike 06.
Okay, here we go. 6 meters.
KM6SR, QSY, over to 6 meters.
Hi, Mike. How you doing?
Hey, Ken. Long time no hear.
Yeah. Hey, Saturday, was it Saturday? Yeah, Friday or Saturday? Anyway, I went to, what did I say, at my little radio station. That was Saturday, and I was there and finished what I was doing. I went over to see Bill. We had a real nice visit and had some lunch.
Oh, okay. Very good. I'm glad you woke him up.
Well, I did that. I woke him up, you betcha, and had a real nice lunch over at his favorite Chinese restaurant over there.
I know the one you're talking about.
I'm sure you do.
Yeah, they got good stuff. I heard a whistle.
Yes, you did. Good evening, Mike, WA6AAJ, K6MYC 727. We got you.
K6MYC, WA6AAJ. Very good. Thanks for checking me in.
Well, I do that automatically every time I hear you, don't I?
And I'm checking you out.
You double with Mike, Ken. Go ahead, Ken.
I said, Mike's checking you in, and I'm checking you out. Mikey, I mean.
Yes, okay. You have to go. Is it that late already? What time is it, Judy? Oh, well, Ken should have a few minutes to stick around here. Okay, anyway, Mike, good evening. Do you think we're going to have Bill in here tonight?
No, he said he's, I don't know what he's doing. He said he's watching TV. I tried to get him to come on. He'll be on tomorrow.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll catch him tomorrow then.
He can only, jab an old man enough to where he either says yes or no, right?
Yes, that's good enough. Is Aaron here? Aaron, are you here?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we got a total of 17. Did you get the 52 that checked in from PQL?
Yeah, I had 52 at the end.
Okay, 776. Not sure why we have one extra.
694.
November R6Q.
Okay, 6 meters. I got 694. Good evening, Ben.
Good evening there. Sorry, their voices changed here. Okay, nice hearing you there.
Yeah, you're good and loud.
Well, I get a right antenna. Makes a difference, I guess.
That's right. I think last week you were trying to talk to me on some vertical 220 antenna or something. Okay. Anyway, good evening, Ben. We've got Aaron's in here, his wife Brittany in the background. We've got Bill, Ken, WA6OIB, and we have somebody else.
KM6SRR, and hi, is that a good Boy Scout there? Right, Roger.
Our 6Q's trying to get through to you there, Mike.
KM6SR, number 432 for Judy.
Hello, Phil.
Hello there, Ken.
Who is it trying to get through, Phil? 884?
NR6Q's trying to call you there.
Oh, NR6Q, okay. I think he's 692 or 662 or something, isn't he? Let me see. I'm pointed toward Nevada. I should hear you, Greg. NR6Q, K6MYC. Go ahead.
November 7 Whiskey Tango.
Number 622, QFL.
622. Okay, I had almost correct. 622 for Greg, and I hear. Guess what I hear? I hear Nevada in there. Ken. Larry made a liar out of both of us. N7 Whiskey Tango 657. Hang on a second, Greg. Let's get Nevada taken care of here. N7 Whiskey Tango, K6MYC. Well, good evening, good evening.
Yeah, good evening, Mike. Yeah, I just thought I got the antennas sort of straightened out. Not all of them, but at least the 6 meter would work it. And the 220, I tried to hear you, couldn't hear you on 220, other than on streaming. I was on there at 220, but you just weren't there. I never did see you turn the antenna up my direction anyway. But anyhow, I thought I'd say howdy tonight. Anyhow, K6MYC, and good evening to Ken also, and 7WC.
Okay, well, I'm going to check you in on 222 because we did not turn toward you, and I said to Ken, there's no chance that Larry's in there because we haven't heard him for a month, even on the easy band. So you pulled a fast one on us, Larry, but I got you checked in. I can go back to 222 if you want, but it's not pointed at you anymore. So we'll just call it a night, and unless you want a radio check on 222, I'll stay here, over.
Hey, I steered up there, but you talked me out of it. I was going to call you up there, Larry, but Mike talked me out of it. But I did steer up there, but I didn't hear anything.
So I'll just listen to you. I'll try to be in here next Monday and listen again. And if you get caught up this way, maybe a signal will work through and I can work you on 220, but not necessary tonight. You're very, very good signal tonight, Mike, over.
Yeah, and you've got some funny noise in the background. Talk to Ken a second. He made a comment, but you double with him just a little bit, Ken. Go ahead, Ken.
Yeah, sorry about that. Hi, Larry, WA60IB. Yeah, I turned up there to you on 220, but Mike talked me out of calling you. He said you weren't going to be there, so I should have called you anyway, over.
Yeah, I heard you guys in there talking on streaming and what have you, but I just never heard you loud enough on the radio. And that noise that you probably heard, Mike, in the background was the white noise on the 220 radio. I just turned it off. K6MYC at WA60IB. Good to hear you guys. And 7WC.
Yeah, that's clearer now, Larry. Thank you. I'm not quite pointed at you. I'm a little bit shy of due north here. But you're good enough copy. I'll leave it there. I don't think Daniel doesn't have anything up for 6, so you're the only one that we would hear here on this band.
And I don't think Richard told me he's going to be gone 2.5 months, so we got another probably month and a half before we'll see him again, or?
Oh yeah, he won't be back until the 1st of May or so, somewhere in the early few days of May. Did you say, how about 2 meters? Are you functional on 2?
Yeah, I guess I can operate on 2, but most of the time you're because of the number of people on 2 meters, you get to me way late. I'm usually in bed by the time you get around to calling me, over.
Okay, old man has to go to bed at 8:30. That's pathetic. Pathetic, Larry.
Well, I usually hang around about 9 o'clock, but if you don't get here by 9, I usually then go away, over.
Okay, and I wanted to put him in on 222 also, so we'll have 18 then. Okay, Larry, I'm just giving you a bad time. That's all right. We have been running late. We had typically 40 to 43, 45 check-ins on 2 meters, and we've been rag-chewing about contests and solar and all kinds of stuff, so we get off in 16 different directions and keep you up. you could always send a text and send a note on the YouTube link. Aaron always tells me if somebody's trying to get us, so we can make a point of turning up your way and get you early if you want. So don't hesitate to say hello on the chat room, over.
Roger. By the way, on reference to 2 meters, I usually come up on 2 meters at, I think, what is it, about, sometimes I I'll come up on 7:30 or so, or with Richard, but most of the time I usually come up at 8:30, and then we try and get a hold of you at 8:30, but it just seems like you just haven't had any good propagation. Now that the sun time or the clock time has changed, maybe it'll be better. Anyway, we'll let you guys get on with it. We'll say 7-3, and we'll see you again next Monday, I guess, N7WC.
Yeah, seems like we have better propagation, at least in the wintertime when there is daylight. So we just have now gone into darkness as you have, but on 6 meters, of course. 220 just started to get a little flaky at the end. So there you are. Is that Sparky? Can you say hello, Sparky? Can you talk to us, Sparky? Hello, Sparky. He's usually very vocal. He's got the loudest meow of all of them, and he talks to us and all kinds of stuff on a regular basis. He's really become a person cat here. He follows Judy and me wherever we go most of the time. Sleeps on the bed and everything with us. Anyway, back to you, Larry, and then we'll see. Maybe somebody else is copying you. Maybe Rob may be copying you, so we'll take a standby. Rob, are you hearing Larry?
I sure am. How you doing, Larry? N7WT. Good to hear you back on there. Over.
Oh, hello, Rob. KM6SRR, N7WT. You're about a 5-3. Mike's about a 5-5, but good, strong signal tonight. And I'm only running about 500 watts tonight. N7WT.
Okay, yeah, I'm getting you a little bit less than what you're getting me. That makes sense there with 500 versus 1,000. Good to hear you. Okay, Mike.
Okay, anybody else want to say hello to? I thought we might have Frank in here, but I guess he did not get a 6-meter antenna hooked up to anything yet tonight. Anyway, anybody else for Larry in Nevada, K6MYC?
N7WT, KC5, DTU.
There's one for you, Larry, KC5DTU in Clovis, over.
I didn't hear a thing out of him. I'll try again, N7WT, standing by.
Go ahead, Kerry, 712, go ahead.
Roger, roger, N7WT, N7WT, KC5, DTU.
Over, Larry, he's only running about 100 watts. You may not hear him because you may have local noise there.
Yeah, I hear nothing out of 100 watts tonight, Mike. Anyway, you guys go ahead. I'll talk to you again next Monday. N7WT.
Well, okay, but if you can get on Wednesday, if you would. I know your 1296 is in the tank. We won't look for you. We will not look for you tomorrow on 1296, but we will look for you on Wednesday on 2 meters, Larry, over.
Like I said, it looks like my 220 is probably in the tank, too. Things are old equipment. Things are just giving up. I'll probably be the next one to give up. Anyway, good talking with you, Mike. And we'll come up on Wednesday on 2 meters, maybe get around 8:30 or something like that. I'll see if I can get a hold of you. N7WT.
Yeah, that's fine. Don't hesitate to use the chat room to let us know you're there and you got to go to bed. Hi. 7-3, Larry.
7-3.
N7WT, K6MYC, now moving down into Sacramento.
KR6MR, both 759.
Yeah, perfect timing, John. KR6MR 759. Good. Just got the antenna on you. Overshot you by 2 degrees, but we came back just a tad. Good evening. Good to hear you. And maybe this early hour will help us on the 1296 tomorrow. We hope so. Everything seems to be pretty good on 222 tonight. Everybody's doing well. KR6MR Meadow Vista, K6MYC Bozo Net 222. 6 meters.
Yeah, okay, good evening, Mike. Yeah, I was listening on the live streaming for 220. Did fairly good. That's nice. Hopefully I'll be able to continue going up and down these stairs. They are wreaking havoc with my hip. But as long as I take it easy, I'll continue these nets. Over.
Well, either that or get a long mic cord.
I don't want to have the radio on one floor and me being down. No. I'll just skip it for a while.
No, we got to have you in here. You got to gut it out, buddy.
I'll send you a picture and you can throw darts.
Okay. I'm not sure I'm enough of a physician to be able to read it, though.
I'll send you a big picture.
A bigger picture. Okay, that'll help. What is it exactly? You got a broken hip?
Hi, Mark.
I'm sorry, I doubled with you, John. What is it exactly? Bill tried to tell me, but it sounds just like a broken hip, but with complications.
It's in the pelvis. It's called the pubic rumage bone. It sounds like something from a Mother's Brothers skit or something, but I cracked it, and it's not, it's just cracked, but it's still painful.
Oh, boy. How in the hell did you do that?
I have no idea. I didn't jump. I didn't fall. I didn't do anything. And the x-ray said that this is the left side. It says that sometime in the past I broke the same bone on the right side of my hip, and I don't remember that either. So the end of this month I will finally get to see orthopedics, and they'll tell me what to do.
And then you can tell them what to do, huh?
Oh, I've already done that.
Okay. Put it where the light doesn't shine, huh?
Yeah, that's pretty much where it is. Okay, Mike, I'll let you go. KR6MR, back to net.
I could make a sexy comment that you got a little bit too well in your old age there underneath the covers, buddy.
Well, that's one way to look at it.
One way to look at it. Okay. Judy's cracking up here. All right, take care. Hopefully we'll see you good and strong and loud if you can make it up the stairs tomorrow on the 1296 band. You got to check in at least on the tough ones, John. So if you have to save your strength, don't stay downstairs on Monday, but come upstairs on Tuesday, okay?
Roger. Say hi to Judy for me.
Yeah, she heard you. She says hi. Hi, John, she says.
Yeah, okay.
Alrighty, take care, and we'll see if we can hear anybody else there in Sacramento. Somebody by the name of Bill, I think, is waiting in the wings.
226, gotta go.
Okay, 226, you want to say hi to John?
Oh, up there, John, KR6MR, WA60IB.
WA60IB, nice signal this evening. KR6MR, hi.
Yeah, you're loud here too. Sounding good. Okay, I've got to run. My wife's got a TV program, and I messed up the TV. So 7-3s, guys. WA60IB. Back to net.
Alrighty, thanks, John. 73s have Ken, and we'll see you maybe tomorrow night on 1296, huh? Maybe. Okay, Bill, KO6KD, K6MYC. you're transmitting either into an open or you're transmitting into a 2-meter antenna. You're about 100 dB down from normal, Bill. You're just barely readable. Over.
Yeah, likewise, Mike. Very, very, very bad. Very poor. Very poor copy here tonight. I don't. I'm checking here. I'm on the right antenna. So I don't know. Yeah, I got 200 watts out. I don't know what the problem is. All right, I guess my problem has gone from 220 to 6 meters now. All right, anyway, check me in, check me out. I'm going to go somewhere else. KO6 Kitty, good night.
Okay. You came up a little bit. You picked up about 6 to 10 dB over the last 30 seconds there. So part of it's conditions, but it still isn't anywhere near normal. That's not even close to normal. Much less, and John was pretty close to normal. He was pretty decent. So that's kind of odd. But let's chalk it up to conditions for the moment, Bill. We'll see you in the morning on 40. 7-3, and hopefully we'll hear Darren and hear a few others perhaps.
Okay, very good. 7-3, good night, KO6 Kitty.
Roger, 7-3, Bill. Let's try, before we do Darren, but Darren, if you hear me, come on in, but I'm going to call Redding. Redding. KD6 Sugar Whiskey, KD6SW. KD6 Sugar Whiskey, Redding. Charlie November 80. Charlie November 80, Redding. K6MYC calling and standing by. Over. Tonight. I didn't mean to leave you out, Greg, but I wanted to catch the first couple there in the Sacramento area. NR6Q, if you're still here, K6MYC, over.
Yeah, turn my antenna towards Redding. Turn my antenna back towards Redding. Let me get back around to you, right? But I have my antenna pointing towards Redding, so let me bring it back around towards Redding.
That's all right. I can copy you this way. Let's give one more call. Don't stop. Stop moving it, and you listen, or you give a call to Redding. You would have a solid signal up there. Let's see if there's any propagation, or because I talked to him last night, and he thought he would be here. He indicated he would be here. That's Rich, up in Redding there, KD6 Sugar Whiskey. Give him a call up, if you would, Greg. NR6Q, K6MYC.
This is NR6Q. Mike, what's this call sign?
Kilo Delta 6 Sugar Whiskey, Scotch Whiskey.
Okay, Kilo Delta 6 Sugar Whiskey, KD6SW from November, Romeo 6 Quebec, NR6Q calling. Any copy, over.
There he is.
Yeah, I can actually hear you. You're strong enough to talk, voice. KD6SW from NR6Q. You're about a 549 on CW. Mike, I didn't make out what the last, I think he said Roger, but that was about all I got.
Yeah, okay, no worries. We got him checked in. He may be short of time anyway there.
Okay, very good.
Anyway, we copy you off the backside. You're not strong, but you're very readable, even with fades and everything, Craig, so no sweat. Good to have you in here again. Pleasure to hear you. And hopefully you're making progress with the 80-meter project in Big Luso.
Yeah, I'm bringing the antenna back around. Surprisingly enough, this thing's really directional. I I can hear you. There's obviously a little bit of a back lobe on here, but it's much better when I bring it around towards Fresno. But yes, we are. I've been actually fighting weeds. I've been fighting weeds, and since I'm not going to be able to get Hector out here probably till April, I need to finish the 80-meter antenna, but pretty much everything's done.
Yeah, okay. Well, the weeds don't go to 120 feet. I don't know why you would be fighting weeds.
Well, no. It's not that they go to 120 feet. It's I don't like to have the fire department in my backyard talking about defensible space.
Well, the weeds are wet, aren't they? They ain't going to burn. You couldn't start them on fire with a flamethrower.
Yeah, well, no, some of the tumbleweeds you could at the end of the summer, but you're probably right now. They won't. But anyway, I've got them all sprayed now, so we've got them under control.
Oh, okay. Very good.
So it was a matter of, do I want to do weeds and landscaping in the front yard or do antennas? I would have preferred antennas, but since nobody's there to put them up and I need to get the crane and everything here, I figured, what the heck. So, yeah, it looks like April time frame to get everything on the tower.
Yeah, okay. I got a little story to tell you. We were talking about it at dinner time, and your 80-meter beam reminded me of it. I'll just go through it very quickly. Many years ago, in the early 90s, I think, I got a call from the guy that owns DX Engineering. He also owns Summit Racing, so that's where his big dollars come from. Very wealthy guy. You probably know who I'm talking about. I just can't bring up his call sign, N8 something. But I can't bring up his name either, and it's stupid because I stayed with him for a week. Anyway, we went back there, and premier installer KC1XX, Matt Strelo, was hired, and his crew to come and put up a 160-foot tower and put our 3-element 80 on the top of it. And that all happened, but I was there for the whole thing. And then the last day, when we finally got the antenna in the air and everything all tuned up and ready to go, the feed line was dangling down on the ground next to the tower. The house was about a quarter of a mile away, but he had run 2.5-inch coax all the way out. 2.5-inch, not half-inch, 2.5-inch, or something big like that. It was all buried in a trench that Matt did. But anyway, the main feed line from the antenna was hanging next to the tower before we hooked everything up. And we dragged a little transceiver, a little TS570 or something over, put it on the roof of the vehicle. It's about 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and it's almost summer. So we were tuning across 80 meters, and we hear this guy with a booming signal coming from Czechoslovakia. So he's calling CQDX on 80 meters. So we call him, and he comes back. What? And he pauses for a minute, and he's thinking, who is it called? NH Charlie Lima, or whatever his call is. NHCL in Ohio. Another quiet space. He says, wait a minute. You guys can't be in Ohio. It's way too early for you to be coming in. We're 3 hours, 4 hours before sundown in Ohio at that time. The guy couldn't believe that we had a signal. We were running 100 watts. He said, well, you're coming in like a ton of bricks, or you're 5.9 plus. Over.
Oh, yeah. No, that happened. In fact, this morning I was on 40 and worked Gil N2GG, and he happens to be in South Africa. And they were running a mobile, BMW mobile, with a Comet antenna down at Cape Hope, South Africa this morning, and running about 50 watts of power, and I was able to work Gil. There was only a couple of us who could hear him, myself and Frank and 70KD, but we were able to work Gil while he was in South Africa. And then I was telling some of the guys on 7155 this morning that I had just been working South Africa, and it was like, you can work South Africa at this time of the morning? And I said, yeah, long path. And, it just, I think it's just a matter of perception. People just don't really, how do I want to say this? They don't study the propagation. So they don't study propagation characteristics. Only nerds like me do that.
Yeah. Was that on 20 or 40? You said it, but I missed it.
40. It was 40 on the long path this morning.
Outstanding, yeah. I worked ZS1 Papa Zulu many times with his mobile, but he's usually over near Durban, and that's a better location. But Cape Town isn't bad. If he's on Cape Hope there, he's right down near the water. So he had probably the most optimum place that you could work him at from the little mobile there. Outstanding, yeah. I could work him from here when I had the ADV beam up as well. Well, I could work him anyway on 40. That would be something that we could do here too. Too bad I wasn't on there. What time was it, GMT?
Probably about 1500. I can look real quick. And it was Papa Zulu's mobile, so it was ZS1PZ's mobile. Gil was staying with them. 1537.
Yeah, okay. Well, I've worked Papa Zulu many, many times on that mobile. That sucker works. He's got that working really well. And he's running a little bit of power. I think he's got 400 in the car. Over.
Yeah, he may have, although I don't know if they have the normal vehicle that he runs, because the one that he runs around Durban and is more of a hardened, I think, type Humvee. This was a BMW, so I think this might have been a different vehicle than the one he usually uses.
Yeah, but I think it's the same antenna because he's had such good luck with it. Not the same antenna, but he has two of the same mobile antennas. So there you go. Okay, wonderful. Well, I'm glad you did that, and yeah, you're right. A lot of guys just can't believe you could do that stuff. Okay, let's move on with the net here before everybody goes to sleep. But good to chat. Thanks for the help with 145 there.
No problem.
Okay, let's see. I'm pointed still towards Sacramento. Is there anybody left? Sacramento that wants to check in here on 6 meters, K6MYC and the 6-meter Bozo Net. 756. We hear you, Darren. You're not real strong, but we've got you. Go ahead.
Yeah, real rough copy tonight, but never mind. Carry on. KJ6 KFB.
Yeah, okay. Well, I'm a little bit north of you. I can bring it up a little bit with this antenna here. KJ6 KFB. Thank you, Darren. Sorry we didn't have you on 222, but I know you're waiting for transistors from China. What I told Bill was if you get in a panic, not in a panic, but in a push, there are transistors down here in Fresno, and Ken would be happy to mail you one up. And then it could replace it when the Chinese ones come in. But if you want to get going quickly, he could mail you the parts you need. He's got all the pieces. He's fixed several of those, as you know. So just let us know either tonight or Wednesday if you want, and they'd be in the mail. Over. Did you copy that, Darren? Greg, could you relay that just quickly, simple form?
I haven't heard him respond.
Well, I know because he isn't hearing me, but he's hearing you, I'm sure.
Okay, what was the question again? I apologize.
That's all right, and his call is KJ6KFB, that's Darren, KJ6, Kilo Foxtrot Bravo. He's got a 222 transverter that's blown a final. And I was just telling him that we have the parts down here. Ken, WA60IB, has the parts, and we could get him going. He's waiting 2 or 3 weeks to get them from China. And I said if he's in a hurry, we could have Ken mail him up a couple, and then he could replace them when the load comes from China. Over.
Yeah, okay, very good. And where's KJ6KFB located?
West Sacramento. He's in your backyard.
Okay, well, he's on the back side of my antenna, actually.
He'll hear you. I don't have to rotate.
6KFB, do you have any copy on NR6?
Yeah, I can hear you out the back here.
Okay. Mike mentioned that there is apparently are some transistors that if you would like to get whatever you've got blown up your transverter, that somebody down in Fresno's got those transistors and would be more than happy to loan them to you until your new ones get here from China.
Oh, yeah, don't sweat it. Tell Mike that they're just on the way. I ordered 4 of them. They were only like 2 and a quarter each. Dirt cheap stuff. Yeah, I got 4. I got bigger stacked up for myself. Thanks for the offer, though. KJ6.
Yeah, and your about 20 dB over S9 when I have antenna pointed at you. So, man, this antenna is too narrow for this kind of stuff. I need to get like a dipole.
How many outlets you got up? Did you go down 10 or something?
Oh, I got 8 elements. It's a stepper with the 6-meter add on it. Oh, I get it. Anyway, yeah, we'll put it back to net, and go ahead, Mike, I think you can hear me.
I hear you fine. You didn't have to rotate for Darren unless you were having trouble hearing him. I copied everything from Darren all the way down here. Good evening, Darren. Thanks again. See you on Wednesday. KJ6KFB, NR6Q, K6MYC, rolling it over toward Oakley. How about it, Ken? Are you done with dinner? N6RO, K6MYC.
K6MYC, N6RO, Bozo 835. Yeah, and the salmon was good, and it was a little bit too big a slice to eat the whole thing, so I'll put it in with my eggs tomorrow. I got a Slack message from John. He got a 6-meter beam up, so he might be here right now.
Oh, cool. Okay, well, I'm almost far enough over for him. W6WZZ, are you there, John? Why don't you call him? You're only a few miles from him, Ken.
We had a big double. John is here.
I didn't hear him. Where's he pointed?
Go ahead, John. You hear him, Mike?
Well, now I pointed right at him. I had to move 10 degrees. I don't hear him at all, not a peep, so something's wrong.
He's only 4 miles from me, so the heading should be about the same.
Well, it is, but I moved it just a tad more toward him. W6WZZ, ask him if he's copying me. K6MYC over to N6RO.
John, you hearing Mike? John, are you hearing Mike?
November 6, Bravo, Charlie, Charlie.
Okay, well, sounds like an antenna problem, but we'll find it. Oh no, the higher the better. Mike, he can't hear you, so he's got an antenna issue there that we'll have to work on.
No, I would guess that he's got the wrong feed line screwed into the radio. That's usually what happens in these situations. Have him double check it that he's got the 6-meter feed line going to the 6-meter port on the radio.
Yeah, not sure what I forgot what radio he's using. Wire plugged into the right output of your radio, John? I get confused. I have so many radios here.
Well, he may not have the right feed line. That's usually what happens when guys are fussing around. They grab the wrong feed line off the floor.
Yeah, I think he just finished it today, and he's still got to put his 20-meter beam up on the tower.
Okay, well, we'll check him in. I can't remember. I think he's 1149 or something. Get his Bozo number for me, would you?
What's your Bozo, John? Bozo number? I think he's checking something. Anyway,
what was the call sign, Mike? I'll look him up.
Well, it's the new one. That's W6WZZ, but the old call was KO6 Delta Golf Juliet. KO6 Delta Golf Juliet, John.
And 6 BCC.
Hi, hey, Merle. Good to copy. Hang on just a second. We're trying to figure out what happened up there with John. He's got no signal here at all. And he's talking to Ken 3 or 4 miles away, but he could be doing that with nothing coming, nothing hooked to the port except a piece of feed line that goes nowhere.
Yeah, try it again, John.
Traces now.
Okay, maybe heading at you. Oh, I think it's using a loop, is that right?
No.
Oh, what's the antenna?
He's almost Q3.
Oh, we're getting there. It's only a 2-element Yagi.
Well, it should be pretty broad. If he points it at 150, almost to due north, due south, he should be close. 150, 130, 150, something like that.
120 is exactly from here.
Yeah, there you go. 120 is better. You're right.
Okay, now I should sound better. I can hear him actually on the radio.
Yeah, that's it. Now you're Q5. Good evening, John.
Yeah, good evening. Bozo number 1145.
1145. I missed it. I was thinking 1149, but we came close. Okay, and by the way, Merle is in here, so let's see if you and Merle can hear each other. Just stand by a second, John. N6 Bravo Charlie Charlie. Go ahead, Merle. K6 MYC. Give us your Bozo 2.
Yeah, I can't hear John one bit at all over here. He a little on the 2 week side for me. Yeah, so I mean, I used to be able to hear him, but right now, like I said, I'm on my dipole, so I can't hear him on that whatsoever. And I do have a question though, Mike. I'm sitting there looking at the feed, and you're still pointing up at the other side of Reading. So either your feed ain't working or something there, because you're not even as strong to me as you normally are.
No, I'm pointed at 296.
Okay.
My bad, I had the wrong map up.
On me, and not tonight.
Hey, Mike.
At least we got John checked in, Mike.
Okay, there's that should be more toward you, Merle. How's that?
Hey, Mike, I had the wrong map up.
Well, I don't know. I lost you there completely now, Mike. That's weird.
Yeah, well, that's because it was Aaron running the stream. He had the wrong map up, so let me go back where I was. Over. Hang on a second.
Yeah, I still had the 220 rotor up on the screen. I forgot to switch it when we swapped bands.
Okay.
I don't even know if you're in there for some reason. I don't know. This is strange.
Well, I'm just fiddling here. This should be better, Merle. I'm running 1,500 watts at you, and I'm at 303 degrees as opposed to 305 where I was. So it's back where I was. Over.
Okay, I got you dialed in a little bit better there. But yeah, doggone it. Well, let's see. So, a question for you. How's your ankle and stuff doing? That thing still working?
Well, it worked. It seemed like it was working for a while. Now the ankle's gone bad again. It's bothering me all the time now. It's worse than it has been for quite a while. But I haven't been real religious about doing the light. I'm missing every other day or so. So I just got to get back at it, do it more regularly here. It seemed like it was improving, but now what's happened is the pain has moved. So maybe it's healing someplace, but the pain has moved on the high ankle, up above the ankle as opposed to below it. Over.
Hey, Roger. Okay, well, that definitely sounds strange, but that could be possible. Yeah, my dog's still doing really, really good, so that works good. Okay, how's my signal right now, out of curiosity?
Well, you're good, but you haven't given us your Bozo number. I know what it is, but I'm not going to say it. You got 1134, right? Yeah, see? How about that for a memory? 1134.
Hey, Roger. Yeah, I forgot to give it to 1134. Hello, Judy. Don't hit me over the head too hard. Oh, my goodness, yeah. I switched back over to my beam. Like I said, I did some work on it, and I got it back a little more into shape. Like I said, when I had that wind that brought everything down, it kind of dinged up everything, but I guess I got it back working again.
Well, you should turn around when you're done. And, John, if you're hearing me, I'm going to have Merle turn around. You guys should be able to hear each other. You're coming in here quite strong, John, now that you moved the two-element Yagi toward me. And that shouldn't be that far from Merle, so he should be able to hear you. But he's on the beam, and he's got front to back, and he can't hear you off the back of the beam. W6WZZ, K6MYC in the group, over.
Roger that. Yeah, I turned it around. I guess I didn't put the rotor and the antenna in the right direction today, so I'm going to have to do something else on it tomorrow. But my computer's all messed up on it.
Okay, no worries. But right now you're probably pointed close to 120 degrees. That's where you should be, according to Kim. So if you use that as a starting calibration, that should get you awfully close, over.
Yeah, roger that. Yeah, I think I've come up now, and so I think I'm all right. Can you hear me, Merle?
Any copy on him, Merle? Merle's barely hearing me for some reason. Merle must have high noise level or something tonight.
Well, I just got done swinging my beam around towards John. I don't know if you can hear me right now, but give it a try, John. Let me see if I can hear you.
Yeah, I can barely hear you, Merle. I don't know if you can hear me, but I can barely hear you.
He's got you, Merle, but wiggle the antenna on him and see if you can get a peek on him. John, make a little bit longer transmission calling Merle, over.
Roger that. N6BCC. You got a copy on CB radio, Dave. W6WZZ.
He's right down in my noise level. I can't quite pull him out of there. So I'm going to swing back around towards you, Mike.
That's all right. I copy you fine. Just leave it right where it is. And you guys keep trying, and I'll move over to the Bay Area. We're done here, so let you guys finish, and I won't hear you when I move toward the Bay Area, so you could continue right here, or you could go down to 230 or so, 130 if you want to continue on 130. John, why don't you guys go to 130, over?
Okay, I'm QSY to 130.
Okay, I'm QSY to 130.
He confirms, John, so you guys will, good luck down there, and you'll get it. You just have to tweak on each other a little bit there. Good luck. 7-3, John, we got you checked in and everything here. W6WZZ, new call, congratulations, K6MYC, good evening. Okay. Who is that? Who is it? KM6HK?
No, I said hooray, hooray.
Oh, hooray, okay. I have a guy down here in course called KM6HK, and that's who I thought it was. I just heard the last syllable.
Yeah, I didn't have the amp on the first time.
Yeah, that's okay. Okay, well, we made it. See, it just takes a little work with these guys. When they first get their stuff up, they never get it. Seem like they never get it right. Us old timers, we know how to do it, Ken, over.
Well, he's only been licensed about a year, just got his general. So he's making a lot of progress and knows a lot of things already.
Well, I understand that, but that's why I knew it. That's what the problem was. He couldn't possibly have been that weak if he was transmitting. But he must have been right off the end to me, because at first I couldn't even get a burble on him. And he's quite readable when he's pointed at me, so it made a huge difference, Ken, over.
Yeah, I think it's just got to calibrate the rotator.
Yeah, and I said a rough cal would be 120, and then he can tweak it from there.
Yeah.
He can probably mark where he's pointed on the ground and then go. He probably knows where north is. I've got in some of my rotaries on some of my towers. Well, I've tried to orient all my towers so there's one face that's perpendicular to south and north. So I always reference off of that. But you know, you miss it a couple of degrees, it's not a big deal. Most rotors can be recaled a little bit.
Yeah, I orient my antennas along the grapevines. The trellises, they're aligned north and south.
Perfect, yeah. So you've got your references, I got mine. All right, let's get out of here and move this head on. Everybody's probably given up on us in the Bay Area there. 7-3, thanks for the help, Ken. K6MYC, and thanks for the help, Greg.
Well, I'm still here.
Yes, I know. We're pointing now toward the Bay Area, so let's see if we can stir up any trouble there. Over.
November 5, November Papa Delta, 1129.
Okay, another 1100. Good evening, Brett. Good signal. I'm not quite pointed at you yet, but I don't need to for where you are. He's on this side of the foothills, just north of, for heaven's sake, halfway to 152, halfway to Gilroy. Over.
Yeah, copy that. I'm giving you a whole 761 watts your way, so you should hear me just fine. Anyhow, I just wanted to stay up late since the time changed. You know, I can stay up later, it seems like, because I can't go to bed when the sun's out still. So anyhow, tell Judy hello, and if you didn't catch it, 1129.
Say hi, Brett. Hi, Brett.
Hello, hello.
There you go. The guys always enjoy hearing a YL voice, don't you?
Well, of course. We don't want to hear old man all the time.
No, not particularly when they're grumpy. Okay. Very good. All right. Well, Brett, great to hear you. Let's see if NR6Q can copy. He's over at south of Sacramento. Greg, are you hearing Brett over there?
Yeah, I can hear him, but definitely I would be better off facing my antenna. Where's he at?
Well, he's north of, what's the town that's halfway to, up 152? I've got a mental blank. What's the name of the town up there? Just before you go over Pacheco, not over the pass, but over into the Gilroy area. What's the name of the town just before that?
Okay, yeah. Well,
I'm in Newman, Mike, so I'm just a little bit north of like Santanella, and you go up over Pacheco Pass, you got Costa Fruta and Gilroy.
Anyway, any copy?
That was a double. Hang on a second. What's the town down 152 from you? Los Banos. He's just north of Los Banos, Greg, just north of Los Banos. Give him a call, Greg. It's N5, NPD, November Papa Delta, Newman Police Department.
Yeah, N5 NPD. We've worked before. Good afternoon. My antenna probably is not pointed at you, but I'm not going to swing it all the way around. I pointed it out towards the Bay Area. I might be too far south, but anyway, N5 NPD, NR6Q.
Did you hear him there, Brett?
No, I don't hear him, but I'd probably have to spin around and point to wherever he's at. Is he in the Bay Area?
No, just tell him it's me. I hear him fine, but I'm going to have to turn my antenna.
Yeah, no, he's in south of Sacramento near Galt, if you know where Galt is, but just south of Sacramento. I can't believe you don't hear him. He's running more power than you are, Brett.
I hear his voice, but I can't hear exactly what he's saying. He's way down low for me, but if I spun up that way, I might hear him.
No, he's going to come more toward you. Go ahead and try it now, Greg. Where'd you go, Greg? He's got the rotor stuck somewhere. Maybe he's going all the way around. He may have had to go all the way around. He may have a west stop or something. Couldn't get any further south to you. Or he was too far south. No, he would be south of the Bay Area from where he is. Just slightly south of the Bay Area, Greg.
Just moved it a little bit off of Fresno, and I would have been in good shape.
No. He's over against the foothills. He's northwest of Los Banos, over.
Yep, I know. He's in Newman. He's at 166 degrees. So, all right, I should have him now. Brett, do you copy now? N5 and PD and R6Q.
Brett, he's hearing you fine. Go ahead.
Oh, well, very good. I cannot hear you. I hear a slight murmur of a voice in there, but anyhow, yeah, I'm pointing at 102 degrees where I'm at currently right now with that 3-element beam up there. And anyhow, yeah, it's great to be in here tonight. I'm glad to be here.
Okay, well, you should be pointed at 340 for him.
Yes, he was pointed right about.
Well, let me spin around.
According to my log or my logging program, he should be about 330, 340. He should be able to hear me. I'm hearing him fine.
Yeah, he may have a receive problem. Maybe he's got the attenuator or something on. He's running 400 watts, and you're running a lot more than that, so he should hear you easily. But he's just hearing a murmur. So there's something not right on the receive side for Brett there in Newman. Anyway, he's coming around now to about 330, 340, Brett. And I still should hear you guys off the back of your beams. Go ahead, Brett. He ain't hearing me either. He's got a problem.
All right. Well, I'm up at 340 now, and I can hear you still, Mike.
Okay, go ahead, Greg.
Here.
Oh, very good. Hey, there it is. It works and it's the right way.
Well, yeah. No, I know. We worked a couple weeks ago, and I had it down in my log that you were 5 and 9. So, I figured that had to be it. So, yep. Now you're a beautiful copy, no problem. I could hear you fine, even when your antenna was twisted the other way. But this antenna has a tendency to be very, very narrow. And I guess that's the problem with 8 elements. Anyway, great signal. N5 NPD from NR6Q.
Yes, we got here, and you're at a 5 right now for me. So, yeah, sounds good, though. I can copy completely there, and I could hear you when I was pointed over towards Mike, but I just couldn't make out exactly what was being said.
Yeah, no, I would have been pretty much on the side of your antenna if you were pointed towards Mike. Yeah, definitely.
All right, I'm going to let you guys go. You made it, and that's good. I'm glad that you were able to hook up and meet each other there. I got to get into the Bay Area. They probably given up an hour ago. But this has been fun, trying to get stations that are only a few miles apart to hear each other. Holy cow. N5 NPD 73 Brett 73 K6MYC.
73. Have a great evening. We'll catch you next time around.
Roger. Go to bed.
Quick comment.
Go ahead.
Hey, Brett, N5 NPD, you still there in 6 BCC?
Yes, I am.
I just wanted to let you know where you're pointing at right now is the best you've ever hit me here in Modesto.
I'm pointing about 340.
Yeah, and you're hitting me a good 9+.
Oh, well, usually when we're talking, it's over like 02, something like that. So, make a note of it. This is better.
Hey, Roger. Okay, I just wanted to let you know that and everything. And the other gentleman you could talk to, I could hear him fine. He was doing about a 5.7. And Mike, I couldn't pull John out of the weeds at all. We went down there and I couldn't pull him out. He jumped in there real loud, and then all of a sudden he was gone again. So I don't know. He must have a loose coax connection or something. So I'll say good night to everybody. You and Judy have a great evening. So N6 BCC, I will be QRT on everybody.
Yeah, well, you had him at first. Maybe you guys just went onto the wrong frequency. Maybe he did not go to 130 like he thought he was. I thought you both confirmed 130, but he might have gone to the wrong frequency, or you did. Over.
He was on 130. I mean, he jumped up to about 5 or 6 S units, and then boom, he was just gone, like as if somebody pulled the plug.
Yeah, well, he maybe blew something up or broke a feed line or something. Okay, well, at least you made it. You know where to point. That's the main thing. Thanks for checking back in with that, Merle. 7-3, and we'll see you subsequently here, whenever that comes around.
Roger, roger. All right, Mike, you and Judy have a good evening. N6, BCC.
Thank you, and 73 again to you, Brett.
73.
Okay, into the Bay Area. I'm not far from it now. I'm sure you guys are starting to hear me. Let me get down into the 290 bracket here. There we go. There's what is that? 284. 284 right in the middle of the Bay Area. QRZ Bay Area, 6-meter Bozo Net. Anybody still awake?
6KLY.
Whiskey 6.
W6 PQL.
Okay, a whole bunch of people here. You were probably hearing bits and pieces of us. Okay, K6KLY first, and then we'll get the rest. Go ahead, Russ.
All right, 111. I've been hearing you no matter which way you point your antenna, I can hear you. And good luck. See you later. K6KLY.
Yeah, well, that's the beauty of having good locations and good ears. I could hear all these guys, and they couldn't hear each other. It's really funny. They're all up north of me a long ways, and I could hear everybody. I hardly missed anything except when one guy had his antennas at 90 degrees to us. Anyway, good evening again, Russ. Sorry we didn't get you on 222. Is that not working?
No, you got me on 222.
Oh, yeah, I guess we did. Sorry. There's been nights when we didn't, but thanks for that. Okay, good. And we got a bunch of others waiting, so we'll go quickly here. Sorry to keep everybody waiting, but we had an unusual evening with a lot of new guys trying to get to each other there. Let's see. I heard case W6PQL, I think. Go ahead, Jim.
Yeah, okay, Mike. Well, I'm hearing quite a few stations tonight. Greg is a good copy when he's pointed in this general direction, and I heard Brett, too. That was just probably an airplane reflection, though, because it was short and sweet. That kind of thing. But I heard him for a little bit there. And, of course, you can't help but hear Russ. He's very loud over here in Fremont. K6NYC, W6PQL.
Yeah, Merle is in Modesto, and Brett's in Newman, just on the other side of the hill from you, so you guys will be totally blocked, over.
Oh, I don't doubt it. Okay.
Anyway, that's the deal there. He's just north of Los Banos, up that way, up Highway 5. Okay, who else do we have in here that we want to get in the log tonight? K6NYC, Bozo Net, 6 meters, Bay Area. Others.
Whiskey Zulu.
Okay, Whiskey Zulu. I just got the tail end of that. Is that you again, John? Whiskey Zulu. Go ahead again, John.
The antenna the wrong way.
Yeah, you got it wrong. Well, I'm pointed toward the Bay Area, too. I'm not pointed at you, John. But I'm copying you. I am copying you. W6WZZ, K6MYC, over.
Roger that. I just kind of was making stupid moves on the antenna, so now I got to point the right way.
Okay, Merle said you were good for a minute, and then you just went away. Maybe you went the wrong direction on Merle there, over.
Yeah, I could have. Like I said, I was turning the antenna the wrong way. I've got the antenna turned the wrong way on the rotor, so I'm going to have to get up there tomorrow and turn the rotor, the antenna, the right way.
Yeah, well, you get it. You're just the first cut at it. We all go through this at one time or another, John. Anyway, 7-3, you got the hang of it. And good luck and getting the HF antenna up there. W6WZZ, K6MYC. Are you in Mill Valley?
No, I'm in Brentwood, out east of Sacramento way, almost. K6MYC, W6WZZ. We're clear.
Yeah, okay. Well, you're near Oakley and Brentwood there. Okay, very good. Thank you. 7-3 again, John. Now, back to the Bay Area. Was there anybody else in the Bay Area that's copying? How about WA6AXX or KB5 Whiskey Foxtrot Charlie or N6. Oh, for God's sake, I forgot Oliver's call. That's terrible. Anybody in the Bay Area, please. 6 meters, last call, K6MYC. How about WB6WNI? Where are you, Gary? Can somebody locally call WB6WNI in Campbell, San Jose? Nobody's hearing me anymore. You all signed off, did you?
You need some help, C6KLY?
Yeah, call WB6, Whiskey November, Italy. WB6WNI. He's in Campbell, San Jose Junction, over.
All right, WB6WNI, do you copy K6KLY? Mike, there's somebody in there, but he's just in the noise.
He's got some problem on his 6-meter antenna, but that's just ask for Rogers. Ask if that's WB6WNI and ask him to just give you Rogers, over. I can hear him a little bit, over.
Okay, let me swing the antenna down more. The WB6WNI, K6KLY, I'm swinging this way. How now, over? No, you're just not making it. Okay, give me some Rogers. If you're WNI, give me some Rogers, over. No, I'm still just not hearing him, Mike.
I can hear him. I can swear I heard Rogers. Well, we're gonna log him in anyway. Tell him he's logged in, and we'll see him tomorrow. And we'll see him on Wednesday.
Okay, I'm back between you. All right, Mike, 7-3.
7-3. Thanks for the help. You want to call one more time for anybody else in the Bay Area that's not hearing me, like Gary?
All right. Any more check-ins in the Bay Area for the Bozo Net? Please call now. K6KLY. I'm hearing one more guy in there, but I can't pull him out.
I hear him, but I can't pull it out either. Is anybody else copying the station that's trying to call in? I'm hearing him, but I can't pull him out. K6MYC Bozo Net, please, I need some help.
Anybody in the North Bay want to check in? K6KLY.
Try it again with the call sign. I heard him in there, Mike, but see if he'll give us a call sign again.
Did you get him at all, Russ?
Negative. I'm swinging towards the South Bay now. Anybody in the South Bay wanting to check in? K6KLY.
I hear him. Have him repeat his Bozo number, and I'll get it. He was almost Q5 that time, but I missed the Bozo number. Your Bozo number, please. Your Bozo number. Over, over. He's not hearing me, Russ.
I think you're hearing him better than I am, Mike.
Well, he's gone away now, and I heard him pretty good there for a minute. He came up on a nice little peak, but I just can't get it. It's got a W in there. There's a W in the call, but God knows where it is. I don't know in the beginning or the end. There he is. That still may be Gary, WB6WNI. See, there's two W's there. I think Gary's got something wrong there, Russ. It's not a problem. I'll talk to him on Wednesday. But he's sure not working right. The 6-meter antenna should be working a lot better. You should hear him like a ton of bricks, even if I can't hear him. You guys are line of sight to each other.
Roger, roger.
Okay, I'm going to go to Santa Cruz. We should have a couple there. Okay, how about Tom or Lee? KW6 Sugar, if you're still awake. What time is it over there?
9:20.
9:20. Well, they still may be awake. It's time change and all. KW6S or Alpha Foxtrot 6 United from K6MYC. Over.
K6MYC from AS6 United. I am here. The countdown Bozo 1098.
We got you, Lee. Thank you. And were you hear anything else when I was calling for more in the Bay Area? We just couldn't pull the guy out. Over.
Yeah, I was hearing. Whoops, sorry, my foot slipped. I was hearing a couple of other stations out there, but right now, because my station is all in transition, I don't have the rotator hooked up, so I can't move the beam, and I'm just stuck in one position, pointed right straight at you.
Yeah, everybody's got their arms in the sling these days. There's 4 or 5 of you guys out there that are not quite finished doing what you got to do. I'm in the middle of all this, trying to sort it out. Okay, very good, Lee. Well, thanks. Have you heard Tom? You might give Tom a call. Maybe he's asleep at the wheel there. Over.
Well, actually, I think if he's not responding, he probably went off back to the living room to hang out with his wife or something like that. So, he was on the 10-meter net earlier tonight around 7 o'clock. So I know he was out there. So if he's not responding now, he probably has decided it went a little too long for him. So with that, I'll turn it back to you. K6MYC, AF6 United, back to net.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Lee. Well, some nights we just have things to do. And since this is a weak signal net, I was trying to get 2 weak signal stations together so they could hear each other. And they finally did it in most cases. But we had to fiddle with them so they all pointed in the right direction. I don't know how that is. Funny thing, I can sit here and hear everybody. And I'm miles away from either one of them. But that's the way it is sometimes. Anyway, Lee, thanks for filling in from the Watsonville, Santa Cruz area. And we'll just assume that Tom did just that. He said, screw it, I'm not waiting around anymore. He maybe has a program that comes on at 9 o'clock that he wants to catch here. 7-3, Lee, thank you, and we'll see you on Wednesday. And continue to make the shop and the rack and the shack beautiful there. AF6 United, K6MYC.
All right, thanks, Mike. AF6 United, back to you.
Okay. Anybody else? I guess we could go south for, Rob, do you want to try for KB6RQU?
Okay, I'll head that way.
Anybody else in here for late checks or missed? K6MYC Bozo Net, 6 meters.
Kilo 6, Mike Tango Sierra, 680.
Hey, there he is. Hi, Mark. 2 nights in a row. My God, I'm going to fall over and die.
Don't do that, man. Yeah. Well, I'm just finally getting some stuff up here, and actually now I'm on a wire right now. It's not working so great on 6, but it's something. But yeah, how you doing?
Oh, you're super loud. We got no problem copying. Of course, being in Prather, we're almost line of sight here.
Yeah, Roger, you're pretty much west of me there. Anyhow, yeah, I heard you guys chatting. I've been just kind of putzing around here, but thanks for the check-in, Mike.
Well, thank you for checking in. 2 nights in a row, I can't believe it, but maybe we'll hear you more often now that you're getting back into the habit of the thing. Take care, and we'll see you. I'm just waiting for Rob to come around, and Rob's going to make a call, see if we can get our Lake Isabella station in here. So he can stand by. You might or might not hear him, who knows, with your wire. Lake Isabella is kind of tucked back in the hills east of Bakersfield, as you know. K6MTS, and you take it, turn it to Rob, and then K6MYC will be standing by.
775.
That sounds good. Hey, real quick, Mike, are you by chance going to the...
I hear you, Mike. Hang on. Going where, Mark?
Are you going to the Fresno Amateur Radio Club meeting this Friday?
We haven't talked about it with Judy, but yes, we usually go. Some nights we don't feel up to it, but more than likely are going to go. I know Aaron's going to have a big talk on antennas, and so we're excited about hearing that. But more than likely we'll be there, Mark, over.
Right on. All right, if you're there, we'll probably see you. I went there a few months ago, and then I tried to go last month, but didn't make it. But anyhow, I'm going to try to be there, so maybe we'll see you there. And then I'll try to check in on 2 this week. All right, take it easy, Mike. Good Lord. Rob, I can't remember the first part of your call, but SRR, are you there? Kilo 6, Mike Tango Sierra.
Roger, Mark. Yeah, K6MTS, KM6SRR. Yep, Aaron's going to do a big presentation on the 905, the ICOM 905, with all the antennas that go with it and stuff, too. So a lot of guys are real interested in seeing that. Good to hear you on, Mark.
You too, man. Good to hear you. And I'll let you guys go to the guys who actually have stations out there that are in different places you can hear. Have a good evening.
Do you know what the 905 is, Mark?
Yes, I do. I need to get the I know that. That's like the 705 with all the extra stuff on it, though.
Yeah, it goes all the way up to 10, 12 gigs or something. So that's what it is. And I guess Aaron's got one put together. It was purchased for the club by Marcus, KG6QNY. So that's a nice thing, and it'll be a good show. Sorry you missed Valentine's Day last club. That was good. Judy and I were there. So we'll make an effort to be there Friday if we have enough left in us. We're going to be in town on Thursday, too, for doctor's appointments all days. Nothing special, just checkups, but it may wear us out to the point where we can't get past vertical when we get out of bed. Over.
Yeah, I understand. But hey, just wait till you get to be my age, Mike.
Yeah, well, I'm 87, so I'm pushing 88 right around the corner here in May.
I know, I was joking. I'll be 65 in a few months here.
Oh, youngster.
I'm ready to retire.
Yeah, you're younger than my kids.
All right. Have a good night, you guys. K6MTS.
Okay, go ahead, Rob. Give our RQU a call.
Okay, Mike, and good to hear you there, Mark. K6MTS, KM6SR. Okay, how about old Bozo 61? Rick, KB6RQU. Are you on tonight for the 6-meter Bozo Net? KM6SRR with K6MYC. Standing by. Hey, Rick, old Bozo 61, KB6RQU.
If you don't hear him, I'm going to get Mike in here. KB6RQU. I'm sorry, KB6 Whiskey Foxtrot Charlie. KB6WFC. Go ahead, Mike. Good to hear you. Better late than never, man. K6MYC. Go ahead, Mike.
K6MYC, KB6WFC. Yeah, that's my style, late as always. But not much to report here anyways, but thanks for being around so I can check in. Supposed to get 1 inch of rain on Wednesday, and Grass Valley's supposed to get 2 inches, so hopefully you get a little bit of that as well. Good evening, 73, thank you, KB6WFC, Daly City.
Yeah, we're supposed to get rain on Wednesday. You're supposed to get it tonight. I thought it was coming into some area tonight. Everybody, Tuesday. Tuesday, some people are going to get rain somewhere in the Bay Area. They were complaining about it or talking about it. So you might be off a day. Anyway, whenever it comes, you'll get wet if you stand outside. Over.
Roger. No, I think it's supposed to come on Wednesday or Tuesday night, yeah. But tomorrow's supposed to be kind of nice like today.
Yep. We're hoping for that because we've got some antenna work in my yard that is very important. It's a commercial job that we're building and setting up. It's a big log periodic. You may have heard me talk about it. 40-foot boom, 13 elements, goes from 10 to 30. And I've had a lot of fun with it on the bands lately. It's doing pretty well against all the monobanders here. It holds its own pretty well. Over.
Roger. Yeah, I heard you talking about it earlier, but that sounds fun. Glad you're having fun with it.
Yeah, okay, and thanks for checking in, Mike. I'll let Rob make one more call, and I think we've called it a night here. Been a long night. KB6 Whiskey Foxtrot Charlie 775. Over to you, Mark KM6 Mark. Rob, KM6SRR, K6MYC. I guess I'm getting loopy.
Okay, Mike. No, I got a cat here that's tangled up in my mic cord, so I'm kind of here and there. No, I turned back up to the area so I could hear Mike. Over.
Oh, okay. Well, you didn't hear anything from Bozo 61 anyway, did you?
Nope. Gave him a couple calls, and he usually responds if he's there.
Well, I can hear him even if he calls, but he doesn't hear me when I respond. It's the same old story. I hear a lot better than a lot of people.
Yep, and as well you should, huh?
Well, I know how to hear. You listen for weak signal, moon bounce signals long enough, you can hear well water.
Yep, roger on that.
Whatever. Well water doesn't make any noise, by the way. So far down the well, you can't hear it dripping. Well, we used to call it well water weak when signals were really, really teeny. Well water is thin and weak. Over.
Yep, no, I've heard the term, but, there is an echo sometimes in the wells.
Hello. How are you? You get that one coming back, you're in big trouble. That's the drawl from the well.
Yep, you got my cat's ears pinned back here.
Okay, Rob, good night. Aaron, if you're there, good night. Anybody else listening, very good night, everybody. Fun night here tonight. KM6SRR, K6USY for your run, K6MYC.
WB6JNP.
Oh, geez, talk about leading it right to the last second, Dane. You couldn't have waited any longer. WB6JNP 107. Go ahead, Dane.
Well, I could have, but I could have jumped in a lot sooner, too, but you were in the middle of something, and I figured, well, there'll be a break eventually, and it turns out it would be really not.
Yeah, for sure. Anyway, good evening. Let's see. We were right in the middle of log periodic discussion the other night, and we got cut off, and then you went to dinner, so was there anything that you wanted to pass on about that?
No, not really. I just, one of those things that I think with the new bunch of hams that are coming about, they don't understand, antennas and actually how they work and the advantage of one versus the other. But I think with the digital trend, one of the issues we were seeing a while back was phase shift in the antennas, and even close in frequencies, we'd see enough phase shift that it was causing problems with digital signals. So I'm just wondering how the logs worked out on that.
Well, I don't know. I don't think it would be a problem, but I could be wrong. They certainly don't have any discrimination on other frequencies when you're on like a monobander. You go to the edge of a monobander that's properly designed, particularly on the high end, and it just falls away very quickly. But the log doesn't do that, so there may be issues
that relate to something like that. But as far as phase error or delays that would mess up digital, I don't think there'd be a problem. When the guys are here, I'll ask them if what modes they're going to be trying to receive. I suspect they're looking for drones or something else flying that's over the horizon on the HF bands. Here, over.
Okay, well, it was interesting on the drones, the stuff that we were doing up at 5 gigs, 4 gigs, 5 gigs, up in that region. We were transmitting quite wide digital signals, and luckily with the monoband antennas, we didn't have any issues with that. But again, everything was tuned to one particular thing. But I was just wondering, if they try to stretch stuff out over 50 or 100 megs, how it would come out. Of course, there's also the thing that when you look at microwave antennas versus low band, you've got the octave jumps in there, and you get all sorts of different phase distortions.
Yeah, I don't think that they're going to be doing anything wideband that could cause, the distortion that might mess up the digital stuff. I just don't think they're going to do that. But you're right, there is a possibility when you go wideband like that, you can get stuff going on at 16 megs and a totally different fade margin if you're listening at 14 through 16 to 18 or something. You could get totally different propagation and backscatter through that region.
Yeah, just the old brain, gets dusted off when you hear stuff like that. By the way, I was in a used bookstore the other day and looking through their bargain basement stuff. This is a bookstore in Clovis. I think it was called the Book Barn. And I found this old Radio Shack pamphlet or booklet. It was maybe 50 pages on antennas. And it was really fascinating because it had a whole lot of the basics of atmospherics in it. And I'm thinking, from Radio Shack? So needless to say, it was worth the $1 I spent.
Oh, barely. Okay. Yeah, probably written by some real astute people. Radio Shack would buy from good people. They had probably some talented authors in the wings there. If it's written properly and has a potential to sell, I don't think they were so basic that they wouldn't put it on the shelf, so that's good. Well, I'm glad you found a bargain there. You'll have to bring it to the radio club one of these days and let us see what a book that old looks like. I'm going to let you go. I got to get out of here. Everybody's duty's fading fast here. We got to go have a snacky poo and watch the news before we go to bed. WB6JNP. Haven't heard Dan for a while. Is he well now, or is he still fighting it?
Dan should be well. I saw him the other day. He was, shall we say, as cantankerous as ever on the difference of coax quality between LMR 400 and real LMR 400 from Times microwave, but whatever. Anyway, have a good evening, and Judy, keep him on his toes. That's one of your better things. Anyway, K6MYC, WB6JNP course code.
Okay, well, just quickly, from my standpoint, I've got both of the cheap and the real stuff from Times and the other stuff, and we can't tell the difference. The velocity factors are within a fractional of a tenth of a point of each other, et cetera, and I don't see any difference in the quality when you're working it or putting connectors on, or the amount of braid, or the way the Mylar is put on, or anything. I haven't seen anything that would make me not buy it. Now, on the long term, how long it can last in the sun, versus the good stuff, I know I've never seen a cracked piece of outer jacket on LMR 400, but it has its other issues. Sometimes wiggling them too many times breaks the center conductor, but that's going to happen to any piece of copper or aluminum. So other than that, I don't think there's any difference. I wouldn't be too concerned. You could tell Dan that's my opinion anyway. Over.
I'm staying out of that one because I agree with you. You know, if it works, when you start to look at things and you start to do analysis of it, you know, a few tenths of a dB or here or there is not going to make something not work. And when we get to the state that we are in amateur radio, it really doesn't matter. But, you know, when we used to work out the whole figure of merit numbers and all that, I mean, we were looking for everything. But, of course, we also added in, like, a tenth of a dB or 2/10 of a dB per connector and stuff like that. So, you know, we were looking for every last little smidgen that we could get.
Yeah, no, I understand. We did the same thing in Moon Bounce. So, yeah, I was squeezing for every last little tenth of a dB and then some. All right, let's get out of here. Let me shoot it back over to Adam. Aaron, for your final and around the loop, and I'll listen, but I'm going to be gone. Good evening for now, Dane, and we'll see you tomorrow night. You do have 1296, don't you?
I've got it. It's not hooked up. That's my problem. But that's one of the projects. It's the 64-element extended expanded.
Oh, that should be good when it goes up. Good. Okay, well, one of these days we'll be surprised to hear you on that band. Good evening for now. Over to you, Aaron. K6USY in the group, K6MYC, clear but listening.
Yeah, good night, Mike, and good night, Judy, and yeah, you won't be missing too much, Mike, with the antennas I'm showing off on Friday. Half of them are yours, but it'll be good advertising for you, and we'll send it up to Rob. KM6SRR, K6USY.
Okay, thanks, Aaron. K6USY, KM6SRR. Mike, we just need a couple more words from you. What's your count?
24.
Oh, I got 26. Huh, okay.
Well, we'll look at it when you send the log down in the morning, I guess.
That sounds good. So good night, Judy. Good night, Mike. K6MYC, KM6SR, 73.
Okay, good night, all. Good night, Dane.
Did Judy write down 1079 and 1100?
Yeah, I wrote the first 5 or 6 numbers down, so she would have gotten all the early stuff, and I don't know.
There was a John.
A John? Yeah, well, there's several Johns. It was...
I didn't get his Bozo number or his sign, but...
1145, was it?
I got that.
Okay. I can't think of any other Johns.
MR 759.
I got that John, KR6MR John. She got 759. How about John K6MI? Was he in there tonight, or is he playing flute?
He was not there tonight. And boy, do we have too many Johns.
Yeah, I don't know. I was telling the guy last night, if you bring in any more Johns, I wonder which door to open. Get to the John.
Yeah, Roger. I feel like some of these nights we have like 5 or 6 of them, and we can't keep them all straight. We're going to have to give them all nicknames.
Yeah. Johan and Johnny and Juan and whatever. And Porky.
Hey, Mike, on the 222 band, did you get number 622?
No, who's 622?
That's a Greg, NR6Q.
Well, he wasn't on two meters. 222. He only checked in on 6.
Okay, just checking. I'm trying to figure out why I'm one short.
Check your email, Rob.
Yep, I did. I got the 2 guys I didn't get on a relay from K6WIF.
160 and 336 you probably missed.
Yep, exactly. I got them now.
All righty. Well, we'll probably probably find it in the morning whenever she gets the chance to see your stuff there. Good night, all. K6MYC off and clear.
And good night, Aaron. K6USY, KM6SR, 73.
Good night. Yeah, shutting everything down and cutting everybody loose on YouTube. Good night. K6USY, DL to Mike 06.